wild today. And cloudy. Let's see how far I get before I pass out. I was up there. Not up there. Like over there. I almost passed out. Halfway up the halfway point. A quarter of the way up that hill. I only made it halfway up. My goal in the next few weeks is to make it to the top of that. Luckily, John called, a dear friend of mine from the States, and I got to talk to him exasperated for half an hour, and I've since regained most of my composure. Do you ever get to that point where you're just like so physically exhausted that you're not even hungry anymore? But you know that if you don't eat something, you're gonna end up regretting it. You're gonna have that drained, like malnourished feeling. That's pretty much where I'm at right now. I'm not hungry. I don't really want to eat. So today, for lunch is grapes and strawberries. Fun. Yesterday I promised you that I would start reviewing some of the gear that I've been carrying with me over the past 6 months. Let's go ahead and review the camera. Specifically, I'm talking about this thing. This is the Sony RX100 III. So as you know, when I first started my travels, one of the main things that I was focusing on was keeping my baggage small. I wanted to be able to carry 2 bags with me, essentially two backpacks, one that I could stick in the overhead compartment, and one that I could stick underneath the seat in front of me in an airplane. One of my main requirements for that was that everything that I had to be small, right? I was trying to pack a lot of gear in a very small space, so everything had to be lightweight and tiny, essentially. This camera seemed to be the perfect vlogging camera to carry with me on my travels in that regard. It has great picture quality. It has this little flip-up screen. It collapses down to something you can literally just slide right in your pocket. It's got this little flip-up screen so that you could sit here and put yourself in frame and know what you're shooting, which is perfect. It's lightweight. It's not big and bulky like this camera that I'm currently shooting on. I didn't have to pack any extra lenses or a microphone or anything like that, which I did actually pack another microphone. It's only got used once. So in regards of it being a small, lightweight camera that you can carry with you everywhere, I mean, it fits the bill. The problem is that the autofocus on this thing sucks. It doesn't track at all, and it takes so long to actually focus on something that if I'm trying to show you something like, oh, look at that really cool bird right there, and then I flip it around and I want to talk about it, it takes sometimes 10 seconds for this thing to focus. So I have to keep in mind like what I was talking about, the bird, the bird, the bird, the bird. Oh, it's in focus. That bird was really cool. But I mean, it gets the job done. I still use it. Sometimes I just don't feel like carrying around the massive beast that's sitting on that tripod, and I just want to carry something small around, or I want to catch a time lapse while I'm currently recording something with this. That sky is just the right amount of brightness to where I don't want to wear my glasses, but I don't want to take them off because it's still blinding. I do love the fact that it has auto image stabilization built into it. So as I'm carrying it around and I'm walking and I'm moving all over the place, instead of you guys seeing the extreme shake that's actually going on with the camera, it does a really good job in camera of stabilizing the image, and it has like 3 different modes of doing that. It's got like a standard, an advanced, and like a smart version or something. I really like that part of it because it helps cut down on some of the post-processing time, if I even bother. I mean, let's be honest, these vlogs, I spend anywhere from 4 to 6 hours a night editing these vlogs. Sometimes I don't have the time to worry about things like camera shake. Seriously, look at how crappy today is. That being said, it does take excellent pictures. One of the problems that I have with the images is that they don't have a profile built in Lightroom for it, so I don't even like bother stretching and skewing them or whatever. Seriously, the biggest gripe I have with this thing is the autofocus. I probably would have never bought this camera right here if it wasn't for the fact that this autofocus sucked so much. If I had it to do again, would I still buy this camera? Probably. I mean, it was a great camera, especially if you get like one of those tripod things to put on it like I have so you can hold it. All of my vlogs up until about, what, 2 or 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago? Sicily, Rome, Venice, Zagreb, and now here 5 weeks ago, all of my vlogs up until 5 weeks ago have been shot solely on this thing. Now I've gone through some transitions that I want to do 60 frames a second, 30 frames a second. Now I'm working at 24 frames a second. I'm still learning how to do this whole vlogging thing. I'm still not exactly sure what the hell I'm doing. If you don't plan on vlogging and you just want to take it with you to travel to take pictures, it's perfect. And again, like, you can line up those perfect selfie shots. Click. I mean, there's kind of a trick to it because the button for taking the pictures is kind of in like an awkward position. So, I mean, if you're taking them left-handed, no problem. But if you're taking them right-handed, you gotta do this like grip thing, claw thing. This is arguably the best pocket cam on the market. Well, I mean, like this type. They've got the Mark V out now. This is the Mark III. So I'm sure it's much better. They do 4K video recording and stuff. But this camera is phenomenal. That being said, I'm not a camera enthusiast. I know next to nothing about cameras except for how to hit the record button. So don't take my word for it, but there's a ton of YouTube videos that you can watch. They all tell you the same thing. This camera is amazing, and I have to agree with them. It's been a great camera. It's still with me. I still plan on keeping it on me. I still plan on using it. I just wish the autofocus was better. Let's go back inside. It's getting really cold out here. You ever get that feeling where you've like worked so much, or you've just been on the go constantly, non-stop, go, 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 and then you have a day to like sit down and relax? It's like, I don't know, running full force like a marathon, or like walking all day long and then you sit for a few minutes. I'm done. That has been the past month and a half for me. It's been non-stop, go, 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 go. And now like I have this day to sit and chill, and I am just exhausted. All of that traveling is completely caught up with me. I don't even want to work today, which is bad because today one of the people that I work with is actually out of the office, so I'm the only other person that can do that job. So instead of like working an 8-hour day, I'm now working like a 15, 16-hour day, sort of. I'm like covering his shift. And I still have to go work out more. I promised 180 minutes of exercise a day, and I only got about 2 hours in earlier. The problem is it's ugly outside, it's windy. Maybe I'll do some push-ups or something in here. I don't really feel like doing an hour worth of push-ups and jumping jacks though. It is so windy and so cold out here. What the hell happened? You know what's awesome? 2 months ago I was wheelchair bound. I couldn't even stand. And now I'm jogging. Well, sort of. It's more like I jog for 30 seconds and then I walk for 30 seconds. But you gotta start somewhere, right? You see that? I'm making it my goal. I'm climbing that before I leave here. Give me a day where it's not windy and cold and overcast. I don't care how long it takes me. I'm gonna summit that. I'm about 3 miles away from the apartment now. I'm trying to find a way to head back down to the beach because I really like to walk back along the beach. But everywhere I go, people have got the doors open. Oh wait, this looks promising. Hey, I made it. Back at the beach. Oh, perfect timing. If you can't hear me because of the wind, I'm sorry. I'm on my cell phone again. I'm trying my best to like cuff it. But here's the thing that's messed up about this beach. It's pebbles. So it's literally harder to walk on than sand. It is harder to walk on this beach back to the apartment than it is to jog along the road up and down those hills. Oh, it's so gorgeous though. That's enough of that. I still have like 1.5 miles or 2 miles to go until I get back to the apartment. It's getting cold.